Clash in Paris is this weekend, August 31st, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when we will be live streaming the event. If you want to watch, come on by. But until then, we are going to be giving you our Clash in Paris predictions. Hello and welcome to It's Real to Us. My name is Anthony the Mark.
And I'm Tony the Father.
And we are going to go over all 5 matches that we are expecting to see at this year's Clash in Paris Premium Live event. Tony, right now, 1 to 10, what do you think your hype level is for this Premium Live event?
It's not like SummerSlam. It's not going to be like WrestleMania. It is Labor Day weekend. It's going to interfere with my drinking and eating. So I'm excited, but, I got my caution tape out.
You talk about caution, proceed with caution. We were originally expected to see Naomi versus Stephanie Vicaire here. That's no longer the case because Naomi is pregnant, but we still have 5 exciting matches. So let's start with maybe the match I'm most looking forward to. John Cena versus Logan Paul. We have 10 dates remaining at the time of this recording of John Cena's farewell tour. Each passing date, it gets more and more real. The emotions are getting high. And I am curious how John will be booked for the remainder of his WWE run. Do you want to build him up with wins going into his final match? Or are you going to start elevating him? Or are you going to start elevating younger talent? Tony, I'm interested. What are your thoughts on this match?
You know what? This is John's first match since he really face turned. If you take the title match out, because we weren't sure if he was going to stay face or was it a ploy and he was going to kick Cody in the balls like he's been doing. So this is really his first match as a true John Cena. He's back as the face. I want to see him go on a bit of a run. I still got my hopes that he can win another title. He's never won the Intercontinental title. How cool would that be to put that on his notch, on his belt, the Intercontinental belt too? So I'm hoping John Cena starts this face run and he gets the crowd behind him. And let's get some wins for him. And I want to see him push towards another title before he goes bye-bye.
I like the idea of Cena becoming an Intercontinental Champion, but based on the story right now we're seeing, it doesn't really fit, in my opinion. Logan Paul is an up-and-coming wrestler who's going to be with the company for years and years to come, and I think it makes sense. As much as it kills me to say it, I think it makes sense for Logan to go over. It elevates him to that next level. It would easily be the biggest win of his WWE career up until this point, and that's what Cena should be doing at this point, is putting over the next generation.
I disagree. It's too early still. We're only in September. He's got till December. That's the end of the year.
Only 10 dates.
10 dates that he's going to wrestle. But
he'll be there, just in person.
Yeah, but still, he's got 5 months basically, though. September, October, November, December. 4 months. I don't want to see John Cena put people over for his next 10 events that we're going to see him, or his next 4 months. Do I want to see John Cena put somebody over maybe the night he leaves, or that couple of, maybe 2 matches before he leaves? Yeah, but not now. Logan Paul's got a big mouth. I hope John Cena shuts it. I want to see Cena go on a little bit of roll. I still want to see John Cena go for a title. I want him to be relevant. I don't want him just to put over all the young wrestlers. And we know now, okay, John Cena's fighting this guy. He's going to lose and put him over. I don't want that. Surprise me with it. I don't want it yet.
I hear what you're saying, and I agree with what you're saying.
I got John Cena winning this match and beating Logan Paul and propelling himself towards his next title.
Well, is it his next title or is it his next opponent? Because we know WrestlePalooza, Cena is heavily rumored to face Brock Lesnar. So does Lesnar get involved in the Clash in Paris match? Does he come out? Does he cost Logan Paul? Could we see the Beast in Paris?
We could see something like that, but Brock Lesnar too is another one on probably a short leash with appearances. So I don't know if we're going to see something like that, but we're going to find out. But I got Cena winning this match. That's my prediction. And what I'm hoping for is that it propels him moving forward. So I got John Cena defeating Logan Paul.
I'm going to get a little extra. I'm going to say the Beast does show up. I'm going to say he cost John Cena the win against Logan Paul, because I do think it's important for Logan Paul to pick up a win against John Cena. This guy's 30 years old. They want to groom him to be one of the faces of WWE for years and years to come. What's the best way to do that?
How many
It's by beating the generational face.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean he can't run into him the last match at Boston Garden. It doesn't mean he can't run into him in November again. How many matches has Logan Paul dropped? Think about it.
A lot lately.
There you go. So why you got to elevate him now? Logan Paul doesn't need to get elevated. He's social media megastar. He's great in the ring. He's a natural. They can push Logan Paul whenever they want. and everybody's going to buy into it. So I don't think Logan Paul needs to win this match. I think the match needs to be entertaining, and I think John Cena needs to win this match, coming off a loss against Cody, especially since now he's going back to his true face. The fans, the kids, the army, they're all around him. They want him. I don't want to see Cena lose. I want him to win.
My heart agrees with you. My head is telling me otherwise. So we'll see what happens in Paris. But let's talk about the next match, Sheamus versus Rusev. This is a grudge match. We had one win for Sheamus, one win for Rusev. They had a disqualification finish, and now we get a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match, which is an Irish way of saying no disqualifications. And Tony, I think this one's going to be physical. It's going to be fun, and I really do not know who ends up winning.
It should be exciting. Both guys really need this victory because whoever loses is kind of going to the back of the line a little bit, if you think about it. Sheamus is, he's bulletproof too, so he can absorb the loss. But what do you do if Rusev Day takes a loss? What do you do with him? Where does he go? What does he do? You tell me. I have no idea. Rusev, let me tell you right now about Rusev. He needs a manager or he needs a gimmick. He needs a Rusev Day or he needs Alana back in his corner because right now he reminds me of Tom Hanks. What was that movie?
Castaway?
Castaway. He's going to be on an island by himself if he loses this match. Where do you go with him? So I am pulling for Sheamus to win this match, but I got Rusev Day taking his win because he needs it more than Sheamus does.
I 100% agree, Father. I love Sheamus. Always down to watch a banger match of his, but Rusev needs the win. He hasn't really done much since returning.
Gotta win.
But is there a possibility that Rusev, Sheamus, maybe after the match, they end up becoming friends again? Because we know the history that both men have with each other. They've been, opponents for years. They've been teammates for years. And I don't know about you, but I kind of get a little bit of the bar feeling from Sheamus and Rusev, similar to Sheamus and Cesaro, now Claudio.
Yeah, if at the end of this match, regardless of who wins, if they hug it out and we get Sheamus and Rusev as a tag team on Raw, which Raw needs, we all know Raw's tag team division is weak, that would be great. I would love to see that. But I go back to the match itself. I think Rusev takes this match, and then going forward, if we see something like what you just said, that would be great. I'd love it.
Speaking a little bit more about the match, it is a good old-fashioned Donnybrook fight. So I am curious what type of weapons they are going to get involved. I remember the last
shillelaghs.
Well, they're going to get shillelaghs. I remember when Pete Dunne fought Sheamus, they had giant barrels of whiskey. Do you remember?
Yeah,
Sheamus
remember
did
that
white noise to Pete Dunne through tables. So it's going to get crazy. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it would be interesting to see if maybe Alana shows up or another character interjects them in their story.
Yeah, Rusev needs something right now. He needs to go back to. Do you remember Rusev Day?
Rusev Day.
Rusev Day.
Every day is Rusev Day.
Yeah, everybody got pumped up and stuff. He had Lana as his manager. Right now, he's kind of got nothing. He comes out, he slams his foot, and he's this big burly Bulgarian, and he's going to kick ass. I don't know. I'm not buying into the whole Rusev right now. He needs some kind of gimmick. They got to push him a little harder. And like I said, if he does take a loss and Sheamus does beat him, where the hell does he go? What do you do with him?
Both men seem to be in purgatory right now, so I think the best thing we can hope for is that coming out of this match, both wrestlers have a little bit of direction creatively. So we'll see what happens in Paris. For now, though, let's talk.
It is nice that we're seeing Sheamus and Rusev in a pay event.
Yes.
They both got left off for SummerSlam.
Right? Neither one of them was at
Mania. Neither one did nothing. So it's nice that they got a little heat like that, and I'm liking that because I love both of the guys.
Yeah, it is nice that they get to showcase their rivalry on a big stage like Clash in Paris. The Clash in Paris or Clash at Paris? Clash in Paris sounds right. Paris. Okay, moving on. Nikki Bella, Becky Lynch, the Women's Intercontinental Championship match, maybe the most slept on match of the Clash in Paris card. This rivalry has cut deep. Nikki Bella called Becky Lynch the C word. A coward?
Coward, which is worse than the other C word.
And you had Becky Lynch go after Nikki Bella about John Cena. It has been a very entertaining feud. And that has not been uncommon with Becky Lynch in this Intercontinental Championship run she's having. Obviously, it's very early in the lineage of this Women's Intercontinental Championship, but easily Becky Lynch is the better of the champions. You had Lyra, now you have Becky. She is having an incredible run, a prestigious run, if you will, and I do not anticipate that ends at Clash in Paris. I think Becky Lynch beats Nikki Bella decisively.
I concur, Doctor. I concur. I think Becky Lynch, when she turned heel, she's been fantastic. If not the best woman wrestler right now in WWE, she might be the most over and hottest wrestler, period, in WWE right now. So since she turned heel, her character work, her promos, her wrestling ability in the ring is second to none. So I got Becky Lynch also winning this match over Nikki Bella, who has looked good and has got better each week since she's came back into the
Limelight.
Into the limelight. Yeah, I like that word, limelight. And what's the other word I like you just used? Lineage. What the does lineage mean?
Lineage is like the order and like the history of a title. I don't know what I'm expecting in terms of a match. Nikki Bella hasn't been the greatest in-ring worker since she's returned.
No, but she's getting better each week. You know, she is improving. And when she first came back, you know, Stephanie Valkyria, whatever she called her.
Stephanie Velcro.
Stephanie Velcro. And she had some bad botches in the ring, but she's getting a lot better, Nikki Bella. And she cut the great promo tonight with Becky. So, you got to love that. But I still got Becky Lynch. She's so hot right now. How do you take the belt off of Becky? All kidding aside, all lineage aside, how do you take the belt off of Becky right now? You just can't. You just can't. I don't care if Becky is fighting a 500-pound gorilla. I got Becky Lynch.
I agree. And it is pretty interesting that this is going to be the first time Nikki Bella and Becky Lynch go one-on-one. So it will be interesting to see the match just for that reason alone.
Yeah, it's going to be a great match. I'm assuming it's going to be an entertaining, great match.
Next, we have a battle of titans. Big Bronson Reed versus our tribal chief, the one and only OTC Roman Reigns. This is tribal chief versus tribal thief. The Ulafala is not on the line. The Shula Fala may very well be on the line. Big Bronson Reed has been stealing Roman Reigns' Jordans, and at Clash in Paris, Roman will attempt to take back his shoes and take back his pride. The wise man presumably will be in Big Bronson Reed's corner. So, Tony, how do you see this match shaking out?
I heard that this might be like Money in the Bank. The shoes are going to be above the ring. They're going to be hanging there. You got to go up the ladder to get the sneakers.
That'd be sick.
And whoever gets the sneakers wins the match.
That would be great.
How cool would that be? Triple H, you listening? Are you listening, Triple H? Make it the, what are we going to make?
Shula Fala.
Shula Fala in the bank. I want to see those shoes hanging, and whoever goes up the ladder gets the shoes wins the match. That would be cool, wouldn't it?
It would be cool. In all seriousness, though, towards the match itself, I'm excited for this. I think Big Bronson Reed has done a really good job of establishing himself as a threat over the last year, and Roman Reigns hasn't had a singles premium live event match since he lost to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40. How crazy is that?
Yeah, like Roman Reigns is on that limit. He's kind of like a John Cena if you look at his appearances and what we're going to do with him. They pick their spots. I don't know. I know his contract's up in 2026. I don't know when. I'm sure it's after WrestleMania. But they got to do something more with Roman Reigns. I made this comment during the stream today when we were watching. I want to see more Roman Reigns. I like his new character. He's more humbled. He's down to earth. He's showing appreciation for his cousin, like Jey Uso. He's calling out today, yeet. When's the last time Roman went yeet? You saw it tonight. So I love the new character. But unfortunately, what are we going to do with him? Are we going to see him week after week after week like we do Seth Rollins? Absolutely not. So it's kind of like they got to pick and choose. What I'm hoping what happens in this match is that it goes either way, because I love both guys right now. I think Bronson Reed's got a lot of good heat, but Roman Reigns really needs this victory. And I got my tribal chief. I got my hat on. I got my ones in the air. I got Roman Reigns winning this match, but I got some after-match activities involved because I'm looking at the long picture going forward. And if I'm Triple H and I'm WWE and I'm Roman Reigns, My goal is to fight one-on-one with Seth Rollins. That's what Roman wants. He wants that title back. He wants to beat Seth. So that's going to be down the road. That could be next year's WrestleMania match for all I know. So I still see Roman Reigns going through Braun Breaker to get to Seth Rollins. He's got Bronson Reed. So it's going to be interesting what happens. But at the end of the day, you got to put the win on the Tribal Chief.
So Roman, I agree with you, will win this match, but those extracurricular activities after the bell is what's going to be interesting because, as you alluded to, Roman is a part-timer. So I don't think we are going to see Roman Reigns in WWE for, let's call them what they are, lesser shows. Will he be at WrestlePalooza? Maybe, because that's being, advertised as a big ESPN.
He might be there, like what I'm saying.
But I see it going one of two ways. Roman Reigns wins and he gets his shoes clean, simple. Maybe he gives a Superman punch to Paul Heyman. Or Roman Reigns wins. He's winning either way. But then after the fact, tsunami. Braun Breaker gets involved. They attack Roman Reigns, the Vision, and maybe they write him off television. I don't want that to be the case. So I'm going to say that Roman wins. He gets his shoes back. He gets his momentum back. And he's on the road to hopefully challenging Seth Rollins for the world title soon.
I definitely got Roman Reigns winning this match. It doesn't make any sense for him to lose this match, but I don't know about the sneakers. I don't know if he's going to get his shoes back. In fact, he might win this match and lose another pair of shoes if Braun Breaker gets involved. So we're going to see what happens. I'm just glad we're seeing Roman back. I like the new humbled Roman. I like the Roman that's appreciative to the fans. He's got his new aura about him. But at the end of the day, one thing Roman doesn't have is numbers on his side anymore. He's always had numbers. You remember in the Bloodline? Roman always had 3 guys behind him.
Yeah.
He's by himself now. So I think Roman beats Bronson Reed, but I think after the match, we're going to see some shenanigans, and I'm not sure he's getting his sneakers back. That's all I got to say.
Okay, we will see if Roman gets his sneakers back or not. Under, over 1.5 tsunamis.
I got under tsunamis 1.5.
I'll take the over, and we will move on now to the main event. The World Heavyweight Championship is on the line. Seth Rollins defends the gold against Jey Uso, Yeet, CM Punk, and LA Knight.
Yeah.
I think this one is also relatively easy to predict. Seth Rollins just became the World Heavyweight Champion. Does anyone really believe that he's going to lose it just as quick as he got it?
There's no way in hell Seth Rollins drops this belt in Clash of Paris just after what he did at SummerSlam with faking the injury. This is the lock. I just saw the DraftKings line. He's minus 10,000 on DraftKings. Do you know that? Minus 10,000. You know what that means?
He's a heavy favorite.
It's a huge favorite. It's the matter is who's going to take the pin. And right now it looks like LA Knight. Yeah, after what I saw tonight, he's got a good shot to take the pin. But I got Seth Rollins all the way in this match. Although I think it's going to be a fun, entertaining, long, and exciting match.
Fought through that. What was that? Like an air bubble? Fought through it.
Yeah, when you get old, sometimes the wind gets sucked right out of you. I couldn't breathe. I don't know what happened. Just couldn't breathe for a second. No, that was it. And then it came right back, though. Thank God.
No, you finished strong. And I agree with everything you say. I think LA Knight is the one who's going to take the pin. He just got pinned on Monday Night Raw by Braun Breaker. He seems like the expendable one. Jey Uso is incredibly over. I could see Uso maybe challenging Seth Rollins one-on-one after Clash in Paris. Maybe CM Punk and LA Knight start a little bit of a rivalry, but it does not feel like any of these wrestlers in this match have a chance to walk out with the win except for Seth Rollins. But you mentioned DraftKings. You mentioned odds. If we had to give each wrestler odds, betting odds to win this match, what would they be, starting with CM Punk?
CM Punk, I would make him the second favorite, but he'd be a plus 800 to me.
So still
heavy.
Long shot.
Yeah, I just cannot see Seth losing this match.
What about 4 letters, 1 word?
Plus
Yeet.
1,000.
And then LA Knight.
Forget it. Forget it. Ain't got a chance. Do you believe in miracles, LA Knight? Did you watch the 1980 Olympics? Well, you got a longer chance than them to win. So forget it. You're not doing it.
Now, in terms of the match itself, it's a fatal 4-way. No disqualification, so it would not surprise me if we saw Bronson Reed get involved, if we saw Braun Breaker get involved. But then again, Does that mean Roman Reigns comes out?
You know, like I said, this could be a free-for-all at the end. It's going to be an exciting match. There's going to be a lot of people involved. All I know is the end of the day is Seth Rollins ain't losing. That's that.
I agree.
That's the bottom line because the father said so.
I agree.
And Stone Cold Steve Austin.
You done?
Yeah, I'm rambling, man. I'm rambling.
Okay. I completely agree with what you're saying. So just to run through our predictions again, Seth, Roman, Becky. Then we have, I had Cena. No, I have Logan. You have
got Cena.
And then the last match was we both have Rusev.
Rusev winning. Yeah, so pretty much, you know, right across the board with most of the favorites there. So
Does that mean the show will be predictable, or does that mean we don't know what we're talking about?
Well, you know, a lot of times I don't know what I'm talking about, but I think the show is going to be predictable. I think it's, like I said, it's an overseas show, Clash of Paris. They're not going to have major things happen out of it, you know, overseas that on a holiday weekend, 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, they're going to have a lot of fans not even looking or watching. They're going to be reading the results later on that night. So I don't see a lot of major upsets. I think it's a formful, a lot of favorites across the board. Maybe we get some good, entertaining wrestling, and we all enjoy it, and that's it. We move on.
I agree 100%.
That's it. What are you going to do? It is what it is. You can't force something when it's not there.
Either way, though, it should be a fun night of wrestling or a fun day. It'll be at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So
no, it's actually 2 o'clock.
Is it 2 o'clock?
Yeah, it's 2 o'clock.
Do you know that for sure?
I know for a fact.
That's Raw next week is 2 o'clock.
Yeah, but so is this. It's 2 o'clock.
I'm pretty positive it's 1 o'clock.
It could be.
All right. If you want to hang out for Clash in Paris, come join our live stream.
We're streaming that day?
We're streaming that day.
Okay. All right, cool. That's cool. Am I involved?
Yeah, if you want to be.
Yes.
The father will be there. The Mark will be there. Come hang out. Follow us on all of our social media accounts at It's Real to Us. I got nothing left to say. I guess we'll see you at Clash in Paris.
See you at Clash of Paris this weekend. 1 o'clock, maybe 2.
Cookie time?
It's gluten-free cookie time, baby.